Yo! Finally, after 8 months of waiting, we got a new SSF2 update. More specifically, Super Smash Flash 1.3.1, which is pretty damn sick. It's been a hot minute since we've gotten an update. So without further ado, let's jump into the new content. First off is Final Smashes. Every character now has this sick little animation that plays before doing a Final Smash, a sort of like cut-in animation. Objection! I love the way it looks and definitely adds some character. Pretty cool addition. And we finally now have Final Smashes for the entire roster. The two missing characters being Ganondorf and Crystal now have Final Smashes. Ganondorf being his Super Smash Bros. Brawl one, where he turns into the giant Ganon, and Crystal now having this unique grenade launcher type Final Smash. It's a lot different than I expected, but it feels right at home with the rest of them. In addition, we got Final Smash meters. I love Final Smash meters. I think they're such a cool concept, very fun for casual competitive play where it's like a casual 1v1. Hard to explain, but I love using them in Smash Ultimate. I use them a lot in custom game modes, so it's cool to have in Smash Flash too. Along with Final Smash meter though, they added some other cool menu features. The ability to disable the HUD, which is really cool for cinematic footage and content creation. The ability to disable pausing, which would have been really handy when I had my local tournament where people kept accidentally pausing. And the ability to show the score for hectic free-for-all matches, where if you're not playing in stock match, you can tell who's in the lead with the score. Overall, pretty cool additions combined with a cool minor HUD improvement for the results screen. Anyways, let's go on from the small stuff to some more juicy content, being the Sandbag resprite. Yes, there is a Sandbag resprite. If you didn't notice, you're not a true Sandbag player, because it's actually a pretty big difference. Here's the before and after. A lot more shading, a lot more fluid animations, some facial expressions. It just fits the cast way better and feels less like a rushed character. He feels like he fits in. And if all of that doesn't sell you on the resprite and how cool it is, you know what? He has this. Yes, he has a new taunt spike. But yeah, besides Sandbag's resprite, we got some cool animation changes for other characters, such as Isaac. Isaac got a ton of changes. His colors pop out more. He has some better costumes. I love this costume specifically. And overall, his animations are way different. Look, he has a sword in his back air. His down air uses his vine attack. He has a way cleaner idle animation and animation for spawning into the match. And just overall, his vine attacks look way cleaner. Also, you can't ignore the giant spike of death that is now Gaia. It looks way more intimidating. So yeah, I love the new Isaac. 10 out of 10. I might actually try Isaac again. But there are some other characters who have some smaller changes we'll talk about. For example, Link, who has a brand new dash attack based on the modern Smash Ultimate Link, and a new up B animation, which, just looks better. Another changed character is Bandana D, who got a lot of new animations, just a ton of them. He has a new ledge grab, he has a new air dodge, he's got a new side B, just a bunch of really cool ones. Bandana D's looking nicer. Ryu, for example, has a new neutral air animation. Chibi Robo has a new idle animation, a crouching animation, and a new down taunt where he scrubs the stage. And lastly is Lucario, who has a new grab and new pummel. He sort of grasps at the opponent. Now let's move on to my favorite part of the update, the stages. Specifically, resprited stages. Waiting Room is looking way more HD, I suppose to go alongside the new HD Sandbag since it's his home stage. It's very convenient since we play on Waiting Room so much and it was getting kind of old. I do hope the devs also change the Christmas and Halloween variants, but I guess we won't see until the time comes. Final Destination now has a very ominous background, although I've noticed from my testing much less lag on the stage with the new background, so I'm a pretty big fan of the new background. I like it actually. As well as a new song, which you're hearing right now. Sand Ocean also got a resprite. It looks much better. As one of my favorite casual stages, I'm pretty happy with it. They did remove this little platform on the left and change it to just solid ground, which is probably better that way to be honest, and overall, I like the new stage. Castle Siege got some changes, nicer background, better sprites. This second transformation is not barren and boring anymore. It has these statues, which are very, very satisfying to hit. And overall, the stage is much nicer. I'm liking the new Castle Siege. Moving on is Saturn Valley, which got an update to its background, adding all these Mr. Saturns in there. Someone please help my mans over here. Pretty cool. I like it. Any One Piece fans out there, they added Jinbei to the crew in the background. A nice change, although low-key a spoiler. 3DS got some new colors. I'm trying to show them on screen. It is it's this sort of shiny blue color, the orange-black 3DS, the NES style one, and the gold version, which I would love to show the gold version, but after so many failed attempts when recording this video, I could not get it, so I assume the odds are very low. If you do get the golden 3DS, let me know in the comments below. And lastly, an entirely new stage was added, being Fairy Glade from the Rayman series. Rayman now finally has a home stage that comes along with 2 new music tracks and some cool hazards. It is a very fun casual stage and fits right in with the rest of the stages. It's a blast to play on, and it's a very small detail, but I love the water sound effects since none of the other water stages have any sound effects. Now for costumes. Sadly, there are none. Sorry Goku, your time will come. Lastly is balancing. Like always, a full changelog for the balancing will be in the description, but here's the coolest things that I wanted to talk about. First off, every character now has a dash grab, which is different from their standing grab. Most notably, dash grabs have a lot more lag. Take Bowser for example. This is his standard grab, and this is his dash grab. Yeah, a lot more lag. You can, however, do a melee tech called a jump cancel, so if you want to do a standing grab out of a dash, you just jump and do grab instead of doing the dash grab. Every character can do the tech, and it's very convenient since most characters now have a very laggy dash grab. Now for specific character changes, since that was more universal. Donkey Kong's forward air is a bit laggier and has less active frames, and his up air, while it has more knockback for killing, is a lot harder to use in combos, as well as his neutral air being just laggier overall. Although DK did get a really cool buff to his dash attack, which can now go off of ledges, which could make for some hype combos. I think it's a little bit of a sleeper buff. I like it though. Bowser was slightly nerfed with his grab having more startup, less range, and a lot more end lag. Overall, it's just a weaker grab. Sheik got a nerf to her airspeed and short hop, however she got some smaller buffs to compensate, having a stronger down smash, better needles, and more drift on her up B. Overall, she'll probably still be pretty viable, although a lot more different playstyle-wise with that slower airspeed. Captain Falcon now has a jab finisher, and it's pretty badass if you ask me, although I don't know how useful it'll be. In fact, 3 other characters got jab finishers, being Kirby, Lloyd, and Game & Watch, and while they're not huge changes, they're just cool to have in general. Moving on to Link, who got a pretty good buff with his new dash attack being the Smash Ultimate type, although to balance him out they did nerf his grab a bit, having a lot more end lag, making it riskier if you miss the Link grab. Luigi has a new run animation, which is so goofy, I love it, as well as a slight nerf to his up B for that early KO power. Marth got a ton of buffs. He is definitely the biggest winner of the patch. He's a lot more like Melee Marth, his throws and his up tilt are more in that melee style, combined with the new reverse Dolphin Slash Sweet Spot, where if you reverse his up B and get the sweet spot at the bottom, you can actually do a lot of knockback. So overall, Marth is much stronger, his tippers are way easier to hit and do more knockback, and I'm very excited to see Marth back in the meta since it's been a while since we've seen Marth do well. He's looking very strong in this patch. Meta Knight got a couple of nerfs on his aerials. All of them besides neutral air seem to be a little bit smaller and have changed frame data, which will hopefully make him a little bit less oppressive while, still being possible to play at a high level. And that is basically it for the biggest changes to the balancing. But yeah, overall, the patch I think is going to be really fun to play on. It's looking really good. I wish there were new costumes so badly, but I'll have to deal with just what we got. I love the new stages. And overall, I would rate it 4 out of 5 sandbags. Thank you devs, and I'm glad you have not abandoned us.